Assalamu alaikum, my dear student. How are you? Hope you are well. I welcome to you all in my another online class. This is Muhammad Ashraful Islam, lecturer, Department of Physics, Milestone College. Today I am here taking an online class, and I hope this class will help you the better study at your home. Today I am going to discuss the very important topic of physics first paper, chapter 9, and the topic of the chapter is wave, and our today's topic of the discussion is stationary wave and conditions of the stationary wave, nodes, antinodes, then condition for formation of nodes, condition for formation of antinodes, and at last I will solve some mathematical examples. Okay, my dear student, let's start our today's class. Let's have a look stationary wave. Stationary wave means the resultant wave which produced by the superposition of two progressive waves having same wavelength and frequency traveling to opposite direction. It's called stationary wave. Stationary wave can be produced for both transverse and longitudinal wave. If two ends of a string fastened with two fixed points, if you pulled the string perpendicular along the length of the string and released it, then a progressive wave will produced here. And when the progressive wave reflects from the two fixed point, and it's again come back to the opposite direction and superposed to each other. And due to this superposition of these two progressive wave, a resultant wave will produced, and that resultant wave, it's called stationary wave. And this stationary wave remains confined in a particular medium and cannot propagate through the medium. Now, this is the basic difference between the progressive wave and the stationary wave. Progressive wave means the wave which propagate in the forward direction through the medium, it's called progressive wave. But stationary wave cannot propagate in a forward direction, it confined in a bounded medium. And in a stationary wave, the energy can be transferred, that is kinetic energy can be transferred into potential energy can be transferred into kinetic energy. If you observe the stationary wave in the screen, then you can see the amplitude of the difference point are not same. The amplitude in the difference point are different. So the point which amplitude is maximum, it's called antinodes, and it is denoted by A. You can see here some points A which amplitude is maximum, and this point it's called antinode. And the point which amplitude is 0, that point it's called nodes. You can see here some points in the screen where amplitude is 0, and that point N are called antinodes. Now I would like to discuss about the condition of the stationary wave. The first condition of the stationary wave will be two identical waves that moves to the opposite direction to each other are needed to superpose to each other. And the velocity of the progressive wave must be equal, wavelength of that two waves must be equal, frequency of the two progressive wave must be equal. Now I would like to discuss the mathematical expression of the stationary wave. In that case, we have to consider two progressive wave which moves in the opposite direction of the x-axis, and after some times it superposed to each other. You can see in the figure there are two progressive wave. One progressive wave moves in positive x-axis and the second progressive wave moves in the negative x-axis. And after some time, let's consider this first progressive wave displaced a particle, and the displacement of the particle is y1, and at the same time the second progressive wave second progressive wave displaces the particle, displace of the same particle at y2 displacement. So if you consider this is the equation of the second progressive wave, now we can write the equation of the progressive wave, which is y1 equals to a sine omega t minus 2 pi lambda into x. Suppose this is the equation number 2, and in case of the second progressive wave we can write the equation y2 equals to a sine omega t plus 2 pi by lambda into x. This is the equation number 2. In that equation, a is represent the amplitude, that is the maximum displacement from the position of equilibrium, and omega represent the angular frequency or angular velocity, lambda is here wavelength. Now you can see here I used negative sign for first progressive wave and positive sign for second progressive wave, because the first progressive wave, in case of the first progressive wave, when the particle moves away, then the angle of phase will be decreased. But in case of the second progressive wave, when the particle move away, then its angle of phase will be increased. So this is the opposite to the progressive wave, first progressive wave. So we use here positive. Now if these two progressive waves superpose to each other, then according to the principles of superposition, we can write y equals to y1 plus y2, and if we put the value of y1 and y2 in this equation, here you can see a of the two equations is common. So we can write here a into sine omega t minus 2 pi by lambda into x, and for second equation we can write here sine omega t plus 2 pi by lambda into x. Now we know the formula of trigonometry, which is sine c plus sine d equals to 2 into sine c plus d divided by 2 into cos c minus d divided by 2. So this is the formula. Now if we apply this formula in this equation, then we can write here y equals to a into sine into, suppose let's consider this expression c, and this expression of sine is d. So we can write here 2 into c plus d by 2 into cos c minus d divided by 2. So 2 into sine, c is here omega t minus 2 pi x divided by lambda, again plus d is here omega t plus 2 pi x divided by lambda divided by 2. This is c plus d divided by 2. Now cos c minus d divided by 2. Cos c is here omega t minus 2 pi x divided by lambda minus d. D is here omega t minus 2 pi x divided by lambda and divided by 2. So if you observe this equation, then you can see this is these two expression will be cancelled out, and these two expression will be cancelled out. So we have remain y equal to 2 into a sine 2 omega t divided by 2, and here cos minus 2 into 2 pi divided by lambda into x divided by 2. Now here 2 will be cancelled out, this 2 will be cancelled out, so we can write the equation like that: y equals to 2a into cos 2 pi lambda into x into sine omega t. I taking here cos 2 pi by lambda x in the first because the amplitude depends on the displacement. Amplitude does not depends on the time. So we can consider this expression, that is 2a cos 2 pi by lambda x is amplitude. So the formula will be y equals to capital A sine omega t. So this is the equation of the stationary wave, and here A is the amplitude, and which value will be 2a into cos 2 pi lambda into x. Omega is the angular frequency. Hope you have understand the equation of the stationary wave. My dear students, let's have a look the condition for formation of antinodes. You know the different points of a stationary wave has no same amplitude. The amplitude of the stationary wave for different point are different, and the point which has maximum amplitude, it's called antinode, and the point which has minimum amplitude, it's called antinode. Here point A represents antinodes, and point N, this point has less or zero amplitude, so this point are called nodes. So if you want to form antinodes, so the amplitude will be maximum, and you know the formula of amplitude is A equals to cos 2 pi divided by lambda into x. So to get the maximum value of cos, we have to consider the value of A. The value of A equals to plus minus 2a. Value of A equals to plus minus 2a. Then we can write this equation like that: 2a into cos 2 pi by lambda x equals to plus minus 2a. So plus minus, so here in the left side of this equation we have 2a, and in the right side we have also 2a. So 2a will be cancelled out. So we have here cos 2 pi by lambda into x equals to plus minus 1. Plus minus 1 means you can write cos 2 pi by lambda into x equals to cos 0 degree, cos 180 degree, that is pi, then cos 2 pi dot 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 cos 4 pi, cos 6 pi. So this is the value to get positive one or negative one. Now you can cancel cos from the both sides. So the expression will be 2 pi by lambda into x equals to 0 pi 2 pi dot. Now if you observe this equation closely, then you can see here in the both side pi are common. So pi can be cancelled out, and this lambda will be multiplied with this expression and 2 will be divided. So our final equation will be x equals to 0 into pi divided by 2, then 2 into pi divided by 2 into pi divided by 2, 2 into pi divided by 2 dot. Now we can write this equation, like that: x equals to 0 into 2 into lambda divided by 4, then 4 into lambda divided by 4, then 6 into lambda divided by 4 dot. That is why we can say if the value of x is even multiplied with lambda by 4, then antinote will be formed. Now if you observe this figure, then you can see this is the position, this is the 0 position, and from this position we will get here antinote, and this is the antinote position, and this distance is pi by 4, and this is also pi by 4. So we can say this is the 2 times of pi by 4, and this antinote is the 4 times of pi. So we can say this antinote is 2 times of the lambda by 4, and this third antinote is the 4 times of the lambda by 4, and this fourth antinote is the 6 times of the lambda by 4. So according to this way, you can calculate the position of the antinodes from any diagram. Hope you have understand. Now the condition for formation of nodes. Node means the points which amplitude is 0, and that is why we have to consider the amplitude A equals to 0. You know the formula of amplitude is A equal to 2A cos 2 pi by lambda into x. Now if you put the value of A is 0 in this equation, then you can write 2A cos 2 pi by lambda x equals to 0, and you can write cos 2 pi by lambda x equals to cos pi by 2, then cos 3 by pi by 2, because cos 3 pi by 2 equals to 0, then cos 5 pi by 2, and the value of cos 5 pi by 2 also 0 dot. Now if we cancel cos from the both side, then we can write 2 pi by lambda into x equals to pi by 2 into 3 pi by 2 into 5 pi by 2 dot. Now here from both sides we can cancel pi, and the lambda will be multiplied with this expression and 2 will be divided, and the final expression will be x equals to lambda divided by 4. This 2 will multiply with this 2, so we will get here 4, and lambda will multiply, so lambda by 4. Here 3 lambda divided by 4, and finally 5 lambda by 4 dot. That is why we can say if the value of x is the odd multiplication or odd multiplied of lambda by 4, that is why we can say if the value of x is odd multiply of lambda by 4, then we will get nodes. And let observe these nodes in the diagram. Here the point of this point, the point marks n, this point are nodes, these points are nodes, and here amplitude is 0. So this is the original position, this is the original position, and from this position the first nodes is the 1 times of lambda by 4, and the second node is the 3 times of lambda by 4. The third nodes is 5 times of the lambda by 4, and the finally fourth node is the 7 times of the lambda by 4. That is why we can say odds is node can be formed due to the value. My dear student, now I am going to solve some mathematical examples related to our today's topic, stationary wave. And the first mathematical example is an equation of the stationary wave is given below, and the equation is y equals to 5 cos pi by 3x into sine 40 pi t. And according to this equation, you have to find out the maximum amplitude, wavelength, angular frequency, time period, frequency, wave velocity, and at last the equations of two main progressive wave. Okay, my dear student, let's solve this math. The given equation in the stem is y equals to 5 cos pi by 3 x into sine 40 pi t. Let's consider this is the equation number 1, and we know the equation of the stationary wave is y equals to 2 pi cos 2 pi by lambda into x into sine omega t, and we consider this is the equation number 2. Now comparing these two equations, we can find out the maximum amplitude, wavelength, and angular frequency. Now let's compare the first expression of these two equations, 2a with 5, then we will get maximum amplitude. So we can write here 2a equals to 5, and all unit of the all quantities are given in a SI system. That is, the amplitude, the unit of the amplitude is meter. Now wavelength. To calculate the wavelength, we have to compare the second expression of these two equations, that is 2 pi by lambda into x with pi by 3 into x. So we can write here 2 pi by lambda x equals to pi by 3 into x. From this both equation, x will be cancelled, pi will be cancelled. Then we can write the wavelength lambda equals to 6, and its also will be its unit also will be meter. So this is the answer of wavelength. Now to calculate the angular frequency, we have to compare the third expression of these two equations. Let's compare here. Omega t equals to, you can write 40 pi t. This t from the both side will be cancelled. So we have only omega equals to 40 pi. And as you know, the unit of frequency or angular frequency is radian per second. Now we have to calculate the time period. You know, there is a relation between the angular frequency and the time period, which is omega equals to 2 pi by t. So we can write here, we know we know omega equals to 2 pi by t. That is why we can change the position of t with omega. Finally, we can write here t equals to 2 pi divided by omega. Now, if we put the value of omega, which is 40 pi, then we will get 2 pi divided by 40 pi. The pi will be cancelled out, so we have remained 1 by 20. So, this is the value of the time period, and unit of the time period is second. So, this is the answer, second. So, this is the answer of time period. Now, frequency. You know, frequency is the reciprocal quantity of time period. So, we can calculate frequency easily by the formula of f equals to 1 by t. Now, if we put the value of t, which is 1 by 20, so we can write here 1 by 20, that is 20, and unit of frequency is hertz. So, this is the frequency of the given equation. Now, we have to calculate the we have to calculate the wave velocity, and you know the formula of wave velocity is v equal to f into lambda, and we have already calculated the value of f and lambda. Now, we can calculate easily the wave velocity. V equal to f lambda. Here frequency is 20 hertz and wavelength is 6 meter. Wavelength is 6, and after calculation these two expression, we will get wave velocity v equals to 120 and unit is meter per second. This is the answer of the wave velocity of this given equation. Now, we have to calculate the main progressive wave. You know, this is the stationary wave, and stationary wave due to the superpose of two progressive wave, and the formula of the progressive wave is, we know the formula of progressive wave is, this is the first progressive wave, which is y1 equals to a sine into omega t minus 2 pi by lambda into x. 2 pi by lambda into x. So, if you want to calculate the first equation of the progressive wave, so we have to need the value of a, omega and lambda. So, we have already calculated the value of omega, lambda. So, we have to calculate here a. We already calculate here 2a equals to 5 meter. So, a will be 2.5 meter, and wavelength is here 6 meter, and frequency and angular frequency is here angular frequency is 1 by, and angular frequency is here 40 pi. Now, let's put the value, then we can write here y1 equals to 2.5 sine into omega. Replace of omega, we can write here 40 pi into t, 2 pi, and replace of lambda, we can write here 6x. Now, if we simplify this equation, then we can write the progressive wave. The first progressive wave will be y1 equals to 2.5 sine 40 pi t minus pi divided by 3 into x. This is the first equation of the first progressive wave, and the equation of the second progressive wave just opposite to the equation of the first progressive wave. We can write the progressive wave, second progressive wave, y2 equals to 2.5 sine 40 pi t plus pi by 3x. So, this is the equation of the second progressive wave. Let's solve the second mathematical example, and the question is, an equation of a stationary wave is given below, and the equation is y equals to 0.5 sine 0.18x and cos 32t. And according to this equation, we have to find out the maximum amplitude, wavelength, angular frequency, time period, frequency and at last wave velocity. Let's solve this question. The given equation here, y equals to 0.5 sine 0.18x into cos 32 into t. If you observe this equation, then you can see here x expression is in a sine and the t is within cos. So this is the opposite equation of the stationary wave. So due to calculate this equation, we have to consider the stationary equation of the stationary wave like this, and we know the formula of the stationary wave, y equals to 2a sine 2 pi by lambda 2 pi by lambda x into cos omega t. Now let's consider this is the equation number 1 and this one equation number 2. Now comparing the equation number 1 and equation number 2, we can get amplitude, wavelength and angular velocity. If we compare this first expression with this, then we will get amplitude, and here we can write 2a equals to 0.5 and unit of amplitude is meter, because all the unit of the all quantities are given in SI unit, and here unit of the amplitude is meter. Now if we compare the second expression of these two equation, which is 2 pi by lambda into x with 0.18 x, then we will get wavelength. So we can write here 2 pi by lambda x equals to 0.18 x. So after calculation, the x will be vanished from the both side. So we can write here lambda equals to 2 pi divided by 0.18. So this is the wavelength of this given equation, and unit of the wavelength is also meter. Now angular frequency. If we compare the third expression of these two equations, then we will get the wave angular frequency. We will get angular frequency. That is why we can write here now angular frequency, that is omega t equals to 32 into t. So t will be cancelled out from the both sides. So angular velocity omega will be 32. And as you know, the unit of the angular velocity or angular frequency is radian per second. So this is the answer of angular frequency. Now you know the formula of angular frequency is omega equals to 2 pi by t, and by this formula we can calculate the time period. We can write omega equals to 2 pi by t, and changing the position, we can write here t equals to 2 pi divided by omega. Now if we put the value of omega, then our expression will be 2 pi by omega is here 32, 2 pi by 32, that is pi divided by 16, and the unit of the time period is second. This is the answer of the time period. Now frequency. You know, frequency is the reciprocal of the time period. That is why we can write frequency f is the reverse of or reciprocal of the time period. We can write here f equal to 1 by t. Now if we put the value, of t, which is pi divided by 16, then we will get 16 divided by pi. So this is the frequency, and you know the unit of frequency is hertz. Now wave velocity. You know wave velocity is the multiplication of frequency and wavelength. That is why we can write here, we know wave velocity v equals to f lambda. F is frequency, which value is here 16 by pi. Lambda is the wavelength, and which value is here 2 pi by 0.18. So if you put the value of velocity, if you put the value of frequency, which is 16 divided by pi, into value of lambda is here 2 pi divided by 0.18, and after calculation this expression, we will get the result of wave velocity v equals to 177.77 meter per second. So this is the answer of wave velocity of the given equation. So my dear student, hope you have understand that how can you calculate maximum amplitude, wavelength, angular frequency, time period, frequency, and wave velocity. Let's solve the third mathematical example, and the question is y equals to 0.5 sine 2 pi into 50t minus 0.75x is a equation of the progressive wave. And another progressive wave moves from the opposite direction and superposes to each other. Then what type of wave will be generated? So this is the question. In this question, you can see here a progressive wave move in a forward direction, and from the opposite direction another progressive wave and moves, and after some time it's superposed to each other, and due to this a stationary wave will produced. So let's solve this question. The given equation is here 0.5 sine 2 pi into 50t minus 0.75x. And if we multiply 2 pi with this expression, then we can write y1 equals to 0.5 into sine 100 pi t minus 1.5 pi into x. Suppose this is the equation number 1. In this question, they says another progressive wave which moves the opposite direction, and that phase difference between two waves becomes 180 degree, and due to this we can write the equation of the second progressive wave y2 equals to 0.5 sine into 100 pi t plus 1.5 into pi x. This is the equation number 2. Now according to the principle of the superposition, we can write y equals to y1 plus y2. Now you can see here 0.5 is common factor for these two equation. So taking common of 0.5, this equation will be sine 100 pi t minus 1.5 pi x plus sine 100 pi t plus 1.5 pi x. And we can solve this equation by the applying of the trigonometric formula, and the formula is, you know, sine c plus sine d equals to 2 sine into c plus d divided by 2 into cos c minus d divided by 2. Now if we consider this expression, that 100 pi t minus 1.5 lambda into pi into x is c, and this expression consider as d. Now if we adding these two expressions c plus d, you can see here 1.5 pi x is here negative value and here positive value. So these two will cancel out, and we have only remain 100 pi t plus 100 pi t. 100 pi t plus 100 pi t means 2 into 200 pi t. So this 2 into 200 pi t will be cancel out this 2, because this expression c plus d is divide by 2. So 2 will be cancel out. So we have remain only 100 pi t. Similarly, in case of c minus d here, 100 pi t minus 100 pi t will be cancel out. So we have remain only minus 1.5 into pi x minus 1.5 into pi x. These two expression will be added and we will get minus 2 into 1.5 pi x divided by 2, because here c minus d divided by 2. These two will be cancel out. So we have only remain minus 1.5 pi x. So we can write this equation according to the formula 2 into sine 2 into 100 pi t divided by 2 into cos minus 2 into 1.5 pi x divided by 2. And here this 2 will be cancelled out. 2 will be cancelled out. So remaining equation will be 0.5 into 2 sine 100 pi t, and here cos minus 1.5 pi x. Now if we multiply it with this expression 0.5 into 2 and taking cos minus 1.5 pi x in the first position, then we can write 1 into cos 1.5 pi x into sine 100 pi t. This is the expression, and we can consider this is the amplitude A. So replace of this expression we can write capital A, and the equation of this expression will be y equal to capital A into sine 100 pi t. So this is a equation of the stationary wave that we have already learned. This equation is a equation of stationary wave. That is why we can say due to the superposition of these two progressive wave which moves in the opposite direction, a stationary wave will be generated. Hope you have understood. That's all for today. Student, if you have any problem that I have solved in my class, you may ask your subject teacher. Thank you for your patient hearing. Stay safe, stay home.